Hi, everyone. This is real estate coach Craig Proctor. Thank you for being with me today. Today, we're going to talk about how to scale your business. Okay, how did I do it? I'm going to share with you my story. I actually made millions of dollars selling real estate every year, and I did that for about 25 years. So I'm going to lay it out. I want you to understand I have no special advantages or skills. Really, what I'm saying, if I can do it, you can do it as well. So I'll start off with how I went about this. We'll break it down for you. I've got some resources here for today. You might be able to hear my printer. We're printing some stuff off right now that I'm going to give with you, some resources to show you how I did this. Basically, what we eventually figure out in real estate is selling real estate as a solo agent is kind of a bad job. Now, some of you might say, well, what do you mean by that, Craig? Well, if you do it the traditional way, you're pretty much working 6-7 days a week. Most real estate agents make less than $100,000 a year. You've got to generate your own leads. You've got lots of expenses. You don't have any paid vacation. You've got no benefits of any kind at all. And if you compare that with if you were like a fairly good salesperson working in corporate America, none of that would be true, right? Like you would make probably a salary of a good salary plus commission, probably make $150,000 a year. You'd have paid vacation, you'd have benefits, and the company would supply you with all the contacts and leads. So that's what I discovered when I first got into real estate. This is not what I thought, that selling real estate as a solo agent is not that great. And that's why we see so many realtors wanting to figure out, how do I leverage myself? How can I continue to increase my income without increasing my hours? If you're a solo agent, you know what I'm talking about. When you stop, your business stops, because it's not really a business, right? If your business depends on you, it's a job. It's not a business, right? A business is something you own. A business is something that kind of works when you're not around. So I want to show you how I did this, how I was able to go from a solo agent, dumb as a pile of rocks. I had dropped out of college, dropped out of university. I had never sold anything in my life. Okay, I knew nothing about marketing. I made the same mistake probably you made, right? When I got into and I only got into real estate because my dad was a real estate agent, right? So even my dad told me don't do this. Like, Craig, you never really stick with anything, but I did it anyway. Made the same mistake that you probably made, right? Looking around at what all the other agents are doing and copying them, and I found myself door knocking and cold calling and chasing FSBOs. But when I figured out marketing, that's when everything changed. Now, it's not like your traditional marketing. I did that in the beginning too, where I'm advertising myself and I'm number one and I'm great and I really want your business and I try hard. That's image or institutional. It wasn't until I stumbled onto direct response marketing. That's what we're going to talk about here today. Is all of this is possible when you've got the right marketing system. Right now, if you don't have an overflow of business, you can't scale anything. Right? The only way you can grow your business is you have to have an overflow of business. Make sense? So that's the first thing we got to get right, is we have to have the lead generation system figured out. Well, good news for you is you don't have to figure out anything. I've figured it out. I figured it out for me. I became the number one RE/MAX agent in the entire world for commissions earned within 36 months of getting my real estate license. Pretty spectacular, right? How the hell did I do that, right? How did I go from as dumb as a pile of rocks to the number one agent for commissions earned in the whole world? I kept doing it. 200 homes a year, 300 homes a year, 500. I was one of the first implementers of the team, okay, creating this team concept. Nobody else had agents working for them. Remember, I was never a broker. I was just a real estate agent working at the RE/MAX office. But when I started getting an overflow of business, I needed to hire agents to come and work with me. That's when I had this epiphany. Here was the epiphany. Okay, listen to this. Get close. How many homes could you sell if it didn't have anything to do with you? Boom. Right? Like once you hear this, you can't unhear it. Once you see this, you can't unsee. I show agents how to automatically and inexpensively generate an overflow of leads where they can't even follow up with them all. You might think, well, what good is that? Because then you're free. Now it's easy for you to recruit other agents because you have the thing that they want. You've got the business coming in. Okay, so I teach you, first of all, the lead generation, then we teach you how to recruit the other agents, okay? And we teach you how to convert the leads, because generating leads, if you don't have a conversion system, that's no good. You're not gonna make any money. And then the agents that you recruit, we're gonna teach them the presentation. If you were to come and work with me, when I had my team rocking and rolling, I would be able to provide you, if you were on my team, 3 to 4 listing appointments every day. Are you kidding me? 3 or 4 every day. All you would have to do is go out, use the Craig Proctor listing presentation, get the listing signed. My admin team would take care of everything else. We'd put up the sign, take the pictures, get the keys cut, install the lockbox. All of that stuff would be done for you. That's why I was able to recruit lots of agents. That's why I was eventually able to sell 600 homes a year. Now, here's the best part of it. My business is in Toronto. When this is going on, I'm living in Florida at my other house on an island. Yeah, you're working harder than me, but you're not getting the results that I'm getting. Now, of course, other real estate agents became really interested in, like, how is he doing that? So I have spent the last 20 years teaching other real estate agents how to do what I do. So let's start with the lead generation system. The lead generation system is about offering buyers and sellers something they really, really want to get them to call you. In the Craig Proctor system, let's talk about what it's not about. There's no cold calling, no door knocking, no sitting in open houses, no floor time, no wasting your money on Me Too, pretty boy advertising, none of that. We're using smart, modern marketing that automatically attracts, sifts, and sorts the prospects. The leads in the beginning would go to you. If you're a solo agent, they have to go to you. There's only you. But eventually, the leads are going to go to an inside sales agent. The inside sales agent will call the leads and book listing appointments and buyer appointments if the buyers and sellers are qualified. Once you have that up and going, it's going to be really, really easy for you to recruit other agents. Again, you've got what they want. If you called agents you know in your marketplace, you know they're good agents, their biggest problem is not that they're not good agents. Their biggest problem is they don't have enough people to sell to. You are creating this opportunity. So they'll come and work with you because you're going to help them make more money and work less. But you're also going to make more money and work less. Eventually, you can leverage this. You crank up the marketing, right? You decide how many leads I want coming in. You recruit more agents, and you just keep making more money and making more money. What are you going to spend your time on now? Okay, well, first of all, you could have more time for your life and your family instead of sacrificing everything to make a couple $100,000 selling real estate, right? That's what most agents do. They're enslaved by this thing. I call it the success trap. Even agents that are making a couple $100,000 a year, most of them are trading their whole life for this, for a couple $100,000 a year. Now, it's the best money maybe they've ever made in their life, but they're on this hamster wheel and they don't know how to get off. So if you're struggling as a solo agent and right now you're like, yeah, man, Craig's right, I got a bad job. Or even if you're successful and you're making a couple $100,000 a year and you think, you know, Craig's right, I can't keep this up. Life is passing me by. Too much sacrifice to do this. We have the pathway to freedom here for you, okay? It is possible, you have to believe, to earn way more money than what you're making now and actually work less. I know that's counterintuitive, right, to what we were taught growing up, right? Our parents told us, in school they told us, well, you know, if you want to do better, you have to work harder. How do you explain the realtors that I coach that are making over $1 million a year? Now, how do you explain the agents I coach that make over $1 million in GCI, gross commission income, every month? You're like, no way, Craig, that doesn't happen. Yes, it does. I will introduce you to them. They make over $1 million in GCI in 30 days every month. Not $1 million. They didn't sell $1 million home. $1 million in commission every single month. How do they do that? If it's about working harder, how could anyone work that? It's not about working harder. It's not about working longer hours. It's about putting the right systems and people in. It's scalability. If you want to learn scalability, pay attention here. I've got a free report. In fact, I'm printing this thing off right now. Boom, I'm back. This is how hot this thing is off the press. It's the 9-step system to how to do this. And we're going to take you through step by step how I did this thing. Why am I giving this to you? Because I want you to do this. I want to prove to you that I know what I'm talking about. I want you to start by taking this step by step, and it will make sense to you. You know, a lot of these talking heads in real estate, these coaches, these gurus, here's the problem in our industry. A lot of these people have never actually got rich selling real estate. Some of them have never sold real estate. Some big names, let me know, give me a thumbs up, smash the like button if you know what I'm talking about. If you agree with me, there's a lot of people giving bad advice to real estate agents today, and they've never successfully done this. Some of them never had a real estate license. They're not qualified. Now, they might be good at marketing their whatever they do, but if you want to learn how to make millions of dollars selling real estate, whether it's me or whoever, you want to learn from somebody that's actually made millions of dollars a year selling real estate. That only makes sense. Don't fall for this, guys. There's lots of fakers and pretenders out there. You want to learn the specifics if you want to know exactly how to do this. So the lead generation system comes first. Okay, that's number one. How do we generate the leads? Not doing what everyone else does. Remember, no more cold calling, no more door knocking, no more wasting money on image advertising, no more buying leads from Zillow or Realtor. That's scraped information. I want to teach you how to be your own marketing director. And this doesn't have to break the bank. We would start off with inexpensive things, okay? Like running free ads, zero cost ads on Facebook Marketplace. Or if you're going to run paid ads on Facebook, you know, it could be like $5 or $10 a day. It's really inexpensive to start. When you've got the right offer, the right message, people will respond. You'll start generating leads. So let's get you busy first. If you've already got a team, you know the frustrations with the team. I wrote two things. These are my notes here. Not fancy, right? But that's how I prepared for this. I wanted to mentally make sure that I'm taking you through this step by step. The two first points that I wrote here is you've either got a bad job as an agent, you're a solo agent, and it sucks, right? Or you have a team and you're frustrated with building this team. People come, people go, they take advantage of you, they steal your leads. You need to have the right agreements and the right people on the bus because it's easy to think, okay, I'll try this team thing, but if you don't do it right, it doesn't work. And then you might say to yourself, well, I've been there, tried it, the whole team thing doesn't work. I get it. It's difficult if you don't know the right way to build your team. And you might get to the point where like, you know what, this whole team thing's not worth it. Forget about it. I'll just go back to doing it all by myself. Folks, what's your option? Really? You can't go back to doing it all by yourself. That's not an option. You've got to learn from people that know how to do this. How do I recruit them? How do I train them? How do I manage them? Otherwise, you're going to be stuck where you are. Okay? You're going to work at this until you can't work anymore. When's the last time you've been to a real estate agent's retirement party? Never, right? It doesn't happen. They just work and work and work until they can't work anymore. So we've got to have these systems in place. The follow-up system, okay? We got to automate some of the follow-up because many of the prospects that raise their hand and come to you are not ready today. You know, we wouldn't need a follow-up system if everybody that contacted you was like, hey, come and get me, come and list my home. So we're going to have lead generation systems that are automated. We're going to have follow-up systems that are automated. We're going to have presentation systems. When you recruit these agents that are going to come and work for you, we don't want them out on presentation saying whatever they want. We're going to control that. You're going to design the presentation with my help. This is going to be the best way to do it, right? This is our best practice. This is the best words that should come out of your mouth during the listing presentation and buyer presentation. And everyone on the team is going to do it this way. That way, we're going to get predictable results. Then once we get the buyers and sellers signed up, now at this point, you may be at the point where you're not even meeting with the buyers and sellers anymore. A lot of you are like, well, my buyers and sellers would never accept that. That's what I thought in the beginning too. But when you market your team, your buyers and sellers will accept this because you've marketed the concept. They understand this. And by the way, This is how professionals work anyway. Your doctor doesn't work by him or herself. Your accountant has junior accountants. Architects have junior. Like, the team concept is not new, folks. If you want a business, businesses have people, okay? Or you have a job. Where are you at with this? Job, or are you going to work on scaling this thing up? And if you are, you could either do it by yourself or you can get some help. So if you want some information on how to do this, I've created a report. It's called the 9-Step System. I'm giving it to you today, okay? I'm going to go through this, but type into the comments below, free report, into the comments below, and I will get this out to you. This is what it looks like. That's the cover. I literally just printed this off right now. So we talk about the 9-step system to designing your real estate team. We talk about personality types and what type of personality you should be hiring for different positions. You're the rainmaker, right? So we talk about the 10 qualities of a good rainmaker. We talk about what do you do all day long? This is really valuable. With this exercise here, what I want you to do is I want you to write down what you do all day long, and then next to it, I want you to write down what's that worth per hour. Like if you're running around, let's say in the morning you're running around doing paperwork or broker loading things on MLS, or you're getting keys cut or putting signs up and down, none of that needs to be done by you, right? What could you hire somebody to do that for? What are you worth per hour anyway? If you're worth $100 or $200 or $1,000 an hour, you have no business running around doing all the stuff that you're doing. So this is how you're going to be working less, is you're going to be working smarter. And you're going to spend your time working on only things where you can change the outcome. I call this the rainmaker rule, basically, right? If you can't change the outcome, you shouldn't be doing it. So you should be working on the marketing, the recruiting, the hiring, the training. So we're going to analyze what do you do all day long and what you should not be doing, okay? So you're doing more of the stuff that makes you money, and you're delegating anything where you can't change the outcome. Now, if you want to book a call with me on this, okay, if you want to talk to us about how to scale your business, we would ask you a few questions about where you are right now and where you want to go. It's free to book the call with my team and I. If someone could type into the comments below, Proctor Call, all one word, Proctor Call, so my last name, proctorcall.com. It's free of charge. Why do we do this? Because we're going to lay it all out for you from where you are now to what we would recommend that you do to start scaling your business. And then you can decide, this call will be like 45 minutes long. You can decide whether this is something that interests you or not. It's not like a big sales pitch or anything like that. I'm good. I don't need your money. I'm going to be okay. We want you to be okay. Okay, if you've enjoyed this information today, order the free report. Smash the like button, by the way, if this makes sense to you. If this makes sense, smash the blue like button, because if you agree, you've either got a bad job in real estate where you're just going to work forever and be very limited with your income, and work 7 days a week and always be worried about where's the next deal going to come from. Or maybe you have a team and you're perpetually frustrated with people coming and people going. Then we can fix all this. Remember, everything you want to do in real estate, it's already been done by me and thousands of agents I coach. So if this makes sense to you, hit the blue thumbs up, maybe give me a little heart button, hit the little heart button there, and get to proctorcall.com. Again, if someone could type that into the comments, proctorcall.com. You'll book a day and a time. We'll ask you a bunch of questions, and you know where you are right now, right? Well, so where are you right now? What's your team look like? I don't have a team. What's your marketing look like? How many transactions you're doing? Okay, fine. Where do you want to go? How many transactions would you like to do? Well, I'm at 25. I'd like to get to 50. Okay, well, why are you not already doing 50? You know where you're at, and you know where you want to go. What's holding you back? Okay, we're going to talk about your obstacles. Obviously, there are things holding you back from reaching your goal, or you'd be doing it, right? You'd be actually doing it now. So we'll give you, free of charge, our advice on what you should implement, okay? What you should do to work around, to do things differently, better tactics, better practices. And we're paid up front. And if we help you, you might want to work with us, which we would love, right? And if not, you just keep doing what you're doing. So if you want the free report, okay, here it is right here. All you're going to do is type into the comments below free report, and we'll get that out to you. Also, we get a lot of referrals here in Craig Proctor world. Let us know what marketplace, the city and state or city and province that you're in. And we don't take any of the money. You guys can just refer business back and forth to each other. But remember, one of the biggest battles that realtors have is obscurity, right? Don't be shy. Get your name out there. The agents who are in Craig Proctor world, who watch my content, are winners, right? You're not here by accident, right? It's not like you were looking for something to do today. The reason you're still watching this is because you're interested. You're interested in having a better business and having a real estate business that serves your life and makes your life better. Many real estate agents have the opposite. And folks, we got big problems coming up here in the marketplace, but we also have big opportunities. I was reading something that Gary Keller said yesterday. He was talking about how the number of transactions next year will be like, they take a big hit, be probably the second worst number or lowest transactions since the financial crisis. Okay, I think during the financial crisis, the year-over-year drop in transactions was 1.5 million, and he predicts that next year, 2023, transactions will drop by 1.3 million. That means there's going to be a lot of real estate agents forced out of the business. And here's what's going on, folks. If you own a house right now, and you bought it over the last couple of years, you got a record low interest rate. So sellers are kind of locked into their house. They don't want to move, right? It's like, I've got a 3% rate. If I was to sell my house and buy another home, I'd literally pay twice as much on my monthly payments to get the same house. If I sold my house and moved to the same house I have right now, it would cost me double. And buyers, of course, first-time buyers, they can't buy either. They could barely buy a house when interest rates are at 3%. Now prices are sky high, although they're coming down a bit, and interest rates are up. So if the first-time buyers can't buy, and people that own a home are locked in because they've got a super low interest rate and they don't want to mess with that, we're going to have way less transactions. How are you going to handle that? Do you know how to get business? Do you understand the opportunity here is to push against industry norms, use Craig Proctor's smart modern marketing to find buyers and sellers that absolutely must act. What do I mean by act? They must buy, they must sell, right? Someone going through divorce has to sell their home. The court has ordered the house must be sold. It doesn't matter what interest rates are. It doesn't matter how much the price has dropped. So divorce sales. Builders, new home builders are stuck with thousands of half-built homes because all these buyers no longer can qualify, okay? And they're pulling out of these builder contracts. So homes need to be sold. Someone's being transferred. People die. People get married. There's life events that happen. I want to show you how to target the sellers that absolutely must sell their home and the buyers that absolutely must buy. Okay, the opportunity is there will be still tons of houses that are selling, but tons of agents getting out of the business because they don't know how to tap in to the buyers and sellers. You know what's going away? The easy business. You know, the realtor that cuts hair part-time and they've got their real estate license, right? And they get referrals from a couple of their friends. That's gone, okay? We have just come through the biggest boom in real estate, right? More over the last few years, more houses sold in the history of ever. We had more offers on every house than in the history of ever. We had the lowest interest rates in the history. That is over now, okay? Now we're back to a down market. This is where you want to have a good mentor. Okay, so if you're getting by right now in a smile and in your sphere of influence, next year, folks, it's going to be different. It's already starting. You're already seeing it. The Federal Reserve says we are going to continue raising interest rates until we get back to 2% inflation. Okay, it's still going up. Inflation's still going up. It's not going down. So the interest rates are going to go up and up and up and up. But that's normal. I've been doing this for 30 years. I've operated when real estate, when interest rates were 10% and 12%. In fact, the average interest rate over the last 30 years is like over 7%. Okay, so we're like in an average marketplace. Don't freak out. Okay, hang with Craig Proctor here. We'll teach you how to do this. Book your call. What do you got to lose? It's a call. Okay, all good things start with a conversation, right? What is it that you don't know? Right? Have you ever thought about that? What don't you know? You know what you know. And have you ever considered maybe what you know is the problem? Maybe what you don't know is the opportunity. And it's not because you're bad at what you're doing, but it doesn't matter how much better you get at what you're doing. All you're going to get is incremental gains. That's not what I'm talking about here, folks. I'm talking about exponential gains. I'm talking about you reinventing this thing so the business serves your life. So you get out of this what you wanted in the first place, right? When you got into real estate, you didn't want a bad job, right? When you got into real estate, you thought, I'm going to have freedom here. I'm going to make lots of money. I'll set my own hours. What is freedom? You've got to have money and you've got to have time. Lots of realtors, they got lots of time, right? Nothing going on. On the opposite end, we have agents that are working 7 days a week, but they can't keep that up. They can do the sprint, but they can't do the marathon. Where are you? Let me know in the comments if this is making sense. Okay? Smash the like button. Make sure to turn on notifications as well, so when I go live, you get my stuff. Let me know in the comments, is this making sense? Which are you? Are you the agent that's kind of got a bad job? You're a solo agent slugging it out? Or are you an agent that's kind of building a team and you're like, I can't get good people and I can't keep them, and you're frustrated by how difficult this is to grow your team? What about your marketing? Are you frustrated that you have to cold call or waste all kinds of money on marketing, or you're calling people that dismiss you? They don't answer the phone, or they say, oh, I didn't request that. Look, when people respond to our advertising, like if it's a paid Facebook ad, they've got to click on 3 or 4 things. Are you sure you want to do this? You're going to give this information? And then they say to you, yeah, no, I must have done that, my mistake. Really? Guys, maybe it's your offer. Maybe it's what you're saying. Maybe it's what you have to offer and buyers and stuff. If we can fix that, I promise you, in your community, no matter how much things slow down, there'll be lots of business for you. So when someone says to you, oh, what's going on in the marketplace? You might say, well, the market generally is not that good, but my marketplace is awesome. Okay, my marketplace is really, really good. Look, you only need a couple hundred home sales a year to be happy, right? For most of you. So as long as you have a couple hundred home sales, you're going to be pushing the competition out of the business here. We're talking about dominating the marketplace to the degree that you want to dominate it. Look, if I can do this, you can do this. Remember, if you missed the start of this, I didn't have any sales experience. I didn't have any marketing experience. I'm a college dropout. Okay, I failed the first year. I had no idea what I was doing. Door knocking, cold calling. I did all the crap they told me to do, and I hated it. I was ready to quit real estate, but I had nowhere else to go. It's like I dropped out of college. I got no money. I got to figure this thing out. So I did. I figured it out. And now you don't have to figure it out. Okay, you don't have to have a creative bone in your body. Just let me lay it out for you. Any questions you have, I promise you, any problem or issue you have right now, I've had that issue, right? And the thousands of agents I've coached over the years have had the same issues. All you have to do is say maybe. Go to proctorcall.com. Someone, again, type that into the comments. It's a clickable link. Proctor Call, no space, just proctorcall altogether.com. Proctorcall.com. When you go there, we're going to answer a bunch of questions. So, yeah, because I really care about where you are and where you want to go so we can fix this thing for you. So the call is free. It's up to you. You can either ignore this, keep doing what you're doing. I believe you're here for a reason. I want to thank you for watching, and we'll see you again next time. This is Real Estate Coach Craig Proctor. Have yourself an awesome day. This is Craig Proctor. Hey, I really hope you enjoyed that video. And listen, I've got a lot more information for you to help you grow your real estate business. You see, several times a week, I record new videos and I load them onto this YouTube channel. What I'd like you to do, if you'd like to access them, are 2 important things, and both are totally free. Number 1 is I'd like you to subscribe to this channel. You're going to see a little subscribe button for you to click on. And if you don't already have an account with YouTube,
It's free for you to set it up. It's really easy, it's free, but you've got to subscribe to this channel. And the most important thing is to ring the little bell right next to the subscribe button. And that's going to let you know every time I load new money-making videos to help you grow your real estate business. So make sure you subscribe right now, you ring the little bell, and we'll see you on the next video.